Freistadt is a very unique community because it was settled back in 1839 from Pomeranian immigrants.
A tale as old as America itself, immigrants coming here for freedom and a better life.
The government wanted them to join a government-sponsored church and tell them what to believe, what to do.
Originally settled by immigrants from a region called Pomerania, or modern-day northeastern Germany and northwestern Poland. They came to what would later become Mequon to practice Lutheranism the way they wanted to.
Our history is so important to us. If you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going.
Now it's growing. Newcomers are happy to discover the community, but the families that have been here for multiple generations have mixed feelings.
Times are changing. There's a lot of new subdivisions going in.
But Freistadt won't ever lose sight of its roots.
There's a lot of lifelong people here, a lot of families that have been here since 1839.
German and Polish immigration was crucial for the state's growth. This is a window into how that happened. And even though that German and Polish heritage isn't as visible as it once was, this is a community where that part of our history is alive and well.
Hi, my name is Randy Pipcorn. This is Freistadt. Welcome to my block.
I met Randy in Freistadt, which is a roughly 2 square mile area in Mequon, Washington County, so I could learn its history and see the community through his eyes and experiences. Everywhere we went and who we talked to was all up to him. Welcome to Randy's neighborhood.
This is the oldest section of the cemetery, and some of my forefathers that came across on the boat are buried right in here.
Randy's relatives are one of the original Freistadt families. They've been farming this land for 6 generations.
All my life I was there. I learned everything that I pretty much know on the farm, learned how to work, and then the school was right here, so I would walk to school. And now I'm involved with training my sons and my grandchildren the same farm ethic. It's just home. It's where I belong, it's where I grew up, it's where my heart is.
There are many families like Randy's that came here in the mid-19th century and stayed. The community is so tight-knit because, well, a lot of them are family.
We figure like everybody somewhere along the line, be it 2, 3, 4 generations back, we're cousins and we're all family.
But that's starting to change as more people move into the neighborhood.
To protect our community is a challenge because the city wants to move out and build everything up, and we are an agricultural community, so there's several farms around here yet, and we'd like to preserve that and keep Freistadt as an individual community.
Nowhere is this growth more apparent than at Trinity Lutheran Church, School, and Childcare. Where are we going next?
We're going to go to the office of Sam Seefeld, Dr. Sam. He is our executive director. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Randy.
Good to see you.
And our school will exceed 400 this year, and that's a big change. 7 years ago, we had about 143 students in the school and childcare, and this coming year will be between 470 and 490.
Partially due to the growth in the surrounding area, but also because of the school's participation in the Choice program. Families that meet certain income requirements can send their kids to private schools using public school funding.
We still have our own school bus that starts on South 27th Street and makes 6 stops through the city, picking up kids every day. We were able to double the size of our childcare by moving into this building, and then also add those 2 sections of everything in the preschool to kindergarten world. This will actually be the first year in our 187-year history that we've had 2 sections of everything from babies all the way to 8th graders, just because the growth has been so great.
Making the school, daycare, and church an even more integral part of the community, which is likely what the first Freistadt residents would have wanted since they came here to establish a church. In fact, they built the first Lutheran church in Wisconsin back in 1839.
We have a historical grounds which has replica of the first church, a log cabin.
Then they upgraded.
Okay, now we're going to go into the church and you can see what the cornerstone of our community is all about. This actual building that you're in now was built in about 1884. This is home. This is where I grew up, and I could not see going to a different church.
These were the first pastors, dating back to the mid-1800s all the way to the 1950s. Today, the congregation size is about 800 people. While the church was the neighborhood's foundation, two businesses originally owned by two of the Belke brothers helped establish Freistadt.
Well, now we're going to stop in at the hardware store. Hi, Roger.
Hello, Randy. Grandfather started the store back in 1927. You know, there's no place for the farmers to get any equipment or any the basic meals or supplies. So his brother, fortunately, was down the road at Belke Garage. And so his brother left him have a little corner of the shop down there to start a little hardware store. And that was in 27. And then as that grew, then they moved up here, built the store in 29.
Hardware store sort of became the general store. And you could buy anything. You could buy cookware, you could buy toys, you could buy, wedding gifts, anything you needed.
Our main thing here is our plumbing shop. We have 4 plumbers on the road all the time, and so that's what's keeping the store there.
And a very short drive down the road brings you to Freistadt Automotive, which was once Belke Garage.
And we're going to talk to Jim Weeks. Hi, Jim.
Hi,
Good to see you.
I'm here 23 years now.
Is that a long time, short time?
Short time.
In this
Most of these
neighborhood,
people, most of them have been here all their lives and their parents' lives.
what brought you here?
This place, looking for a place, something I could grow in, and it's worked out pretty well. The original shop, that was 1925.
Part of this shop was a tractor dealer, and they had Case tractors, and then they had the Chevy cars. So anything you needed for out in your field work, you could modernize all these farms. This all helped the community to grow. We're going to go to the Freistadt Historical Society, and this is part of our church property. And here we got Al Duberfull. Hi, Al.
Hello, Randy. How are you? Good seeing
Good.
you. Another fella purchased the farm, and he sold or gave the log cabin to us. And we moved it here, and it's standing on the site of the first church that was built here in 1839. It represents the beginning of life here at Freistadt. We could demonstrate how the pioneers lived. It's to give our young people a sense of what our heritage was. Sleep tight meant that you would tighten the ropes so you didn't sag so much. And that you could do every night.
It's almost like an amusement park with a chicken coop, smokehouse, woodshed, several other buildings, and a blacksmith shop.
When we built a blacksmith shop, but there was no fundraiser. Everybody just kicked in what they thought we needed, and it turned out that we ended up, when the building was done, it was paid for. It gives you the sense of what our forefathers were living with.
How proud do you think the community is of its Pomeranian heritage?
Pomeranian community here is very strong.
Not much shows that better than the Alta Kameraden Band. What started as a couple of Pomeranian farmers coming together to play music in the 1940s became one of the longest performing bands in Wisconsin. 2025 will be the band's 84th season. They play at the Lindenwood School Community Center, just a few minutes from Freistadt Road. It was a schoolhouse, now it's devoted to preserving Pomeranian culture.
But when we're on stage, that's our happy place. We like to have fun.
But it's also the opportunity to entertain and to share the culture that we have with everybody around. It was really just a bunch of guys from the farm community that was here that wanted to have an opportunity to entertain people.
We have played for President Reagan. We performed with President Clinton. We actually played for Governor Tommy Thompson's inaugural ball.
Before I left Freistadt, I had one last question for Randy.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about your neighborhood?
I think everybody should come and experience Freistadt. It's a great community.